I believe we have postponed our meetings a lot. Yeah, so jadi it is better to put it overall. And the one that needs to be concerned is the starting revenue cancellations. It could be very understandable, especially on the allocation and La Perla, because La Perla situation really dropped our or higher our starting revenue cancellations like really a lot. I think from base only 5 bookings, it can hit 5K until 7K, I believe. But that's on the bad weather and outside our control. So I think it is pretty understandable, but we need to minimize that the preventive way. Even though it is a bad weather, we need to believe that property must stand strong. I mean, outside the weather or something, force major, like earthquake or something. So I think it should be preventive, and I think will be improved on the PM sites, right? Okay, on the check-in ratings is 75%. I believe we started on 83 or 82 from last meetings, and it's really not. I believe it is not achieved. On the communications ratings, it is 76.2% and not achievable too. I have been feeling desperate on the communication sides actually, and both of it actually. But on the communication sides, I really want to gain an input or some insight actually how to improve it, because I feel desperate and I don't know whether how to deliver a bad situation within a good message gitu. So the ratings not lowering down a lot gitu. I think it is very hard and different for each guest, right, to see. Then we can go to the next part. Failure cases. The one that's really bad is slow escalation of guest complaint to staff. You see, the booking is 23 and 26, but escalation comes on 26 December. On 14/15, it's already checked out. We check our checkout time is 12, but it is escalated on December 26th and it converted to bad review. And I apologize so much to Big and Sun and Moon because it is in our control and we don't monitor it good on these cases on Magali Kurtz. And then on the below, allocation. We have talked about this a lot, and I believe it will be improved. But in the past months, this unclear allocation and contracts and blocking, that most of all because miscommunication creates overbooking, unnecessary overbooking. And it creates another problem that is on the Pondok Bagus side. Pondok Bagus side, this one guest that we failed to accommodate because the overbooking things, leave the bad review on the past bookings that is on Pondok Bagus, even though we canceled her bookings on Asri Guest House. So this kind of problem making me, this one is me delivering the context that is failed. I believe it is failed because it is actually, the review is actually on Pondok Bagus, but I understand the review is not correct because we cancel her on Asri Gasas. But most of all, after this situation, we success to take down the review. I think it is one of the success case of disputing the review because we haven't success yet. So we gain a new insight on what kind of thing that we can control on the review side gitu. What kind of review that we can take down. So it is a good thing because we have tried a lot, but this kind of review is actually can be taken down and it's a good input to later on improve our rating once again. Okay, on the success case, my really goals in the past months is the 4x or 3x in the March, right? So we have focused a lot on the reviewing guests, even though we need to make sure that reviewing guests is doesn't matter because in the end, based on Airbnb policy, even though we don't review the guests, it is actually can still be inputted on the review if the guest review us. I mean, dalam 14 hari kalau kita nggak nge-review guest, terus guestnya udah review kita, walaupun kita nggak review, setelah 14 hari itu langsung masuk reviewnya dia. Jadi we actually cannot deny the guest review by not reviewing the guest gitu. So based on this, we created a automation helped by Kak William, so we can review guests automatically, reducing the workload, and we can gain more PIC that can focus on the hosting itself. Okay, once again about the 4x, 3x, we can go below, Kak. We have this data, pending reviews. We conduct, I think it is, okay, this pending review is created by Felix. The focus is to see which guest that doesn't leave review yet, so we can kindly remind them and try to convert them like an extension of a host, because the pleasure of being a host is getting a good review, and sometimes it is not converted well even though we have inspired delight and the communication is good and something, so we can push that, so we can focus more on the conversion review rate received. And later on the next plan, I asked Kak William to create the automated message itself by this data. So it will be automatically sent like the collab above. So it will be improved to gain the 4x on March. That's my goal. Okay, next plan. All right, we have Bisma right now in ops, in hosting. And he's such a good person to create the documentation and videos, and I really liked it. We have talking about guidelines, and sometimes we have the problem of the person itself is not reading it. And now we created another methods, that is the videos on tutorial how to be host, as I believe it will diminish our confusion between it is the guideline that is not right or the person that is not read, because we create a video, so there is no more alasan, simple like gitu. Okay, the below one is automated remind guests that I told before, and the next one is the pain point. We have a lot of trials, and I want to tell you that sometimes trials are lowering our quality. I don't want to lie, but sometimes it is happening. But what can we achieve? We believe that trials and the newcomers has the very true and honest opinion on what they're doing. So we create the documentation on pain point. Like what is low lights and the highlights for today in the 4 days, only on 4 days. Judge by yourself, and how can I improve so we can create a long-term solution. Because I believe operational must be easy and everyone can handle it, but we need to reach that as time pass by later on. So that's from Gas Squad. Please do mind to give me insights and comments and opinions, because I really need help. I believe that is my conclusion for this
Okay.
presentation from me. Thank you, Kak.
Okay, thank you, Marcel. And okay, we'll give perhaps time for like Apami, Giselle, and Ara like to give some comments up until like 3:15 or like 3:16 maximum. But there are a few comments over here. Let me actually like open them as well.
Itu sebenarnya notes-nya tadi, Kak.
Oh, notes-nya ya. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Kalau gitu apa ya, we'll have like up until like 3:16 and then we'll continue with the discussion ya. Or in the meantime, if anyone wants to like just ask directly or like put some comments, yeah, you can just open your mic ya. Thank you.
I do have
I was wondering kenapa nggak di share Mairo ya? Shelin. Takes forever for me to load the Miro soalnya.
Oh, bukannya kalau di-share tambah nge-lag ya?
I'm not sure sih, maybe ya. Ya udah. Oke, ya udah.
I'm looking for your second on my second message. I think you just want to like open my website.
Marsal, aku mau nanya langsung aja deh, Lapang, kalau aku nggak bisa buka-buka Miro soalnya. Internetku juga nggak oke. Tadi aku ada sempat masukin di comment section, Marsal. Every time you have newcomer expect lower performance. Kalau dari Marsal sendiri, expectations-nya memang gimana? Like newcomer and then like stable performance atau gimana?
No, I expect that too, Kak. I mean, we don't have, I expect that too, but we don't get anything of it gitu. Makanya jadi kayak pain point documentation ini create as an honest review gitu dari trial. Jadi kita bisa create long term solution yang lebih spesifik gitu. Kadang kan kalau kadang kan yang kalau
trials memang nggak jangan expect itu buat menyelesaikan masalah. Cuman itu jadi disruptif banget nggak buat Marcel trials yang sekarang?
Kalau dibilang disruptif sih enggak sih, Kak. Tapi the input ke depannya gitu Kak. Yang kayak in the end it is operational and there is something wrong gitu, even though it is understandable. It is a trial. Jadi kayak contradict gitu. Sometimes I confused on that part.
Maksudnya kualitasnya nggak bagus gitu, kualitas people coming in apa gimana?
Ya betul, misalnya kayak the overlap situation yang kayak dulu contacting host and something, partner side communication yang overlap. It is actually kan karena trial yang udah nggak ngerti. But in the end operational kayak salah juga. Cuman I understand we have the expectation to trials that can be lowered, but we have a standard that needs to be maintained. Jadi kalau nggak dapat input yang long term solutionnya keluar gitu dari trials, jadi kita dapetnya kelihatannya ya lower standar saja, jadi nggak maintain kan, gitu. Makanya kayak at least we know their pain point that we can prevent to the next trial gitu.
Oke.
Gitu.
Oke, coba nanti discuss. Soalnya sekarang kan aku pegang channel funnel conversion tuh. Nanti pain point-nya apa aja, inputnya terkait shift arrangement-nya, kemudian terkait quality of people coming in. Nanti bisa ngobrol sama aku ya, Sal. Itu aja sih actionable-nya paling. Soalnya aku juga butuh inspect kerjanya V sekarang. As I'm part of the supervisor for HR gitu sih.
Ya Kak, yes Kak, please. Thank you.
Aku mau nanya dulu dong.
Oke, silakan Giselle.
Yeah, for what has been done in failure ini, point number 2 ya, unclear allocation, contract blocking, failed delivery, sometimes I found that kadang partner itu ngasih tahu kalau mereka ada tamu direct atau pokoknya kamar yang mereka pakai itu jauh-jauh hari, dan kadang bahkan sampai berbulan-bulan gitu, Sal. Terus di saat hari itu tiba, ternyata yang host kemarin itu belum ngeblok, atau maybe it's not put in handover. Maybe perhaps you have to look into it juga, because it happened a few times actually.
No, I understand about that. Tapi based on this context yang di luar itu aja. Jadi kalau konteksnya ini kan create unnecessary overbooking kan, itu yang luar kontrol. Cuman kalau yang bentuknya memang ops-nya nggak ngeblok, it's really conducted by me gitu. I don't like it juga gitu. Cuman kalau ini yang Asri Guest House and Bingin Sun and Moon kan miscommunication, jadi The Bingin Sun and Moon itu yang nomor 1 itu benar yang dulu. Makanya dulu kita pernah cancel nomor 5 banyak, itu lewat ops dan salah, karena nggak langsung block. Cuman yang kemarin tuh yang ada tamu Kevin, Spencer, terus kita cancel Hilson. Nah itu yang kontaknya tuh ternyata kemo kan, terus kita juga mana tahu operasional kayak gitu. Jadi itu yang salah satu problem di overall overlapping communication. Itu salah satu juga. Nah kalau on the Asri Guest House itu kan contract refinement. Nah itu udah di sub discussionnya kita juga bakal perbaiki itu. Cuman ya itu salah satu yang unnecessary-nya. Nah kalau based on operational and kesalahan operational, I really conducted it and never look over it gitu. It is very conducted, makanya sampai pondok bagus dan yang atas itu juga I will be open with my fault gitu. Makanya ini I just put up file cases that is unnecessary, apalagi in the peak season kemarin gitu.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you Giselle and Marcel. Coba aku lihat is there any other additional question. Giselle, pertanyaanmu sama Ara jangan lupa di iniin ya, di take note. Maybe this one from my side, mungkin aku mau tambahin sedikit. So just now Marcel also mentioned about the how to like deliver bad news, right, in this case. Jadi normally like there are like certain approach, right, that we use, kayak like how do we want to like deliver some news depending on what kind of news. Kalau let's say misalnya for termination, let's say itu biasanya kan akan lebih straightforward, habis itu langsung to the point gitu kan. Tapi kalau misalnya maybe bad news for the guest, I think would be better di approach atau enggak urutan messages-nya. Mungkin aja there are some kind of messages that you guys are normally using right now that may not actually be working anymore, mungkin agak kurang persuasif atau gimana. Mungkin saran aku bisa consult ke conversion, khususnya yang tim BD sih in this case, karena I think they are like currently like pretty good as well in doing like persuasion. So kalau misalnya mau consult, I would suggest you to go to them. Tapi alternatively, kalau misalnya Marsa mau ambil referensi juga, maka di sini aku ada touch kayak how we actually kayak terminate or like not passing candidate gitu kan ya. Jadi kayak nggak cuma deliver bad news only, but like offer perhaps some other things juga gitu loh. Jadi kayak message-nya nggak cuma soal hal-hal negatif aja, tapi kayak di neutralize gitu sih, so that the impact won't be kayak as too negatif gitu sih. Jadi mungkin itu sedikit catatan aku. Tapi kalau misalnya Marcel mau we can have like discussion juga sih, in a way kalau misalnya diperlukan sub discussion, so that mungkin gimana cara formatting messages gitu kalau buat guest. So mungkin itu sedikit komen. Marcel mungkin ada yang mau ditambahin?
Yes Kak, paling ini aja sih gimana kan delivery-nya misalkan udah bagus banget, tapi tetap di leave bad review gitu, sedih Kak. Gitunya sih sebenarnya konteksnya. Kalau wording segitu-gitu mah udah gampang lah itu, kita mah berminta maaf, mengeksekusi. Misalkan kayak Bing Sun and Moon tuh Kak, Hilson. Udah kita cancel, terus kita cariin propertinya, dia senang, tapi bad review tetap. Kayak gitu-gitu lah, kalian frustrated juga kalau hal-hal kayak gitu. Soalnya in the end review kan yang dilihat, dan karena prosesnya itu, nah, kayak gitu sih sebenarnya.
I see, oke. Unpredictable dari tamunya ya, oke. Berarti komitmen sih. Oke. Agak something that is outside of our control lah ya, in this case. Oke then. Oke, no worries. Tapi mungkin aku nggak tahu apa mungkin tamunya nggak understand atau gimana, but ya itu kalau misalnya if you got some time bisa dicoba like do a quick analysis aja. Kalau misalnya sebelum-sebelumnya kayak gitu, kalau oke, like what kind of things that we can do lah ya to at least kayak prevent that happening in the future. Karena sesuai yang Giselle mention, kayak guess agak unpredictable juga kan at some point. Oke, mungkin prepare for like preventive action aja in that case. Okay, maybe that's a little bit for the guest squad. And let's go to partnership to Giselle.
Okay, thank you, Kak Shelin. Since Marcel is presenting overall, yeah, from December to January, I'm doing it categorized. So di sini SLA for December is actually pretty high. Dari low to medium, we have 41 with exceeding the SLA, and the high properties are 31. So uh, it's a big it's a big thing. It's a big number, especially with the amount of properties that we have. And then the opening numbers for January di bawah situ kasihalin kecil. Uh, well, it's everything is reset in the data, so which explains why we only have 17 properties on the medium quality and very small 6 properties on the high quality property. And then di sebelah kirinya lagi kasihalin di situ ada Bivigo adoption. For December, we really achieved the milestone target, which is 75%. Partners are starting to adopt. I thank the hosting team for giving reminders to our partners to update the room readiness, check-in, etc. And for January, di situ juga di bawah yang tadinya kasih the number is also 76%. It's also exceeding December's target, and but the thing is, it's either the partner updates or they don't. So we still have the PM team going on and on to train partners, and the HAR team to remind partners to update. Ke sampingnya lagi kasih Alin, those are GES PM SLAs. Di situ ada dari bulan Desember yang di sebelah kiri, yang sebelah kanan itu bulan Januari. So you can see kalau di bulan Januari itu, I suppose there's not much reviews. Jadi we still look pretty good. We still are in the safe zone, but we don't know what will happen in the next few weeks. But we hope to keep things up. Okay, lanjut ke itu ya, Kak Selin. What has been done? The failure. Recently, we conducted a peer-to-peer feedback. It's not optimal. No one writes there but me and Katendi. And even though we reminded Bliketut, Mas Mario, and Yutsu Kara, even though we reminded them.
Aku nggak di CM kan, terus aku juga off. Not
Yeah,
like I defend myself,
yes,
but it would roll out when I was off. I think I was away.
yes, yeah, it makes sense. But it's not optimal. Even though when we already reminded them, we made invitation for them to input their feedbacks. They didn't, so we're going to have to enforce this better. Lanjut ke kanan lagi Kak Shelin. December and January we had a lot of events. So when first akun Wayana Airbnb got suspended, Kaara and Katendi, I suppose, they did a press conference in Canggu with the partners. Thankfully, it's been recovered, or so I heard. Akunnya udah recovered. So today we're going to tell the partners that their payments are going to be enrolled. Habis itu, in the mid-December, we had a better escalation method. It was established and implemented for PM and CM, and then we have made a Slack reminder for partners who are having birthdays. And it's still going on, even though we're experiencing data inaccuracy in our system. We also come up with temporary solution, I suppose. And even though the data are not correct, we still send them out anyway, and we've been getting positive response. It's one of the response that are grateful. Ke kiri lagi Kak Shelin. PM also has a to-do list, inspection list. It's updated daily, I suppose. And then we also sent New Year's and Galungan greeting cards with the help of air support. Oke, lanjut ke next plan ya Kak Shelin. Okay, Partners Awards and other programs are ongoing process. Sebenarnya the proposal udah jadi, and the Partners Awards are began on April, so we're still going to do that. For the anniversary, we still haven't gotten into apa ya? We're still not finished with partner anniversary ini sih timeline. Not timeline, but something in between of there, I suppose. Oke. Boleh balik ke boardnya Kak Silin. And then we have Slack for future bookings for non-partners who are offboarding. Di bawahnya Kak Silin. Jadi di situ semacam reminder lah for partners who are offboarding and they still have future guests. We're going to monitor through here, and we're going to remind our partners to accommodate their last bookings. Sebelah kanannya Kak Shelin. That's right. This is the temporary method to get accurate birthday date. So it's actually disaranin sama Mo Wayan buat ngeles dulu lah, nanyain birthday-nya apa itu udah benar. So that's what we're going to do in the future until we get the solution for this inaccuracy. And that is all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Giselle for the partnership update. Okay, then I'll give everyone here up until 3:34 to give some comments ya. But as usual, feel free kalau misalnya mau langsung nanya. Okay, 3:34 already ya. Oke. Kayaknya dari Ara kan nggak ada. Dari Marcel juga I don't see any comments yet. Marcel mungkin ada yang mau di-confirm nggak ke Giselle?
Nggak ada sih Kak. Semua ini nggak sama semua sih. Yang di future booking and HR, yang related to HRR, dan the success case, some of that aku execute dan ikut sub discussionnya sih, jadi cukup mengerti arah tujuannya kemana.
Oke, noted. Oke. Aku sebenarnya agak ragu sih mau nanya ini atau enggak. So, oke, Giselle, aku pengen tahu aja sih. Was wondering if you're aware on what's happening on the PM side. Karena tadi ini kan sempat mention soal P2P kan ya. Kayak dan kebetulan pas banget dari tim PM kan ya yang nggak gitu ada like certain response. So from your observation, do you see that there might be like some perhaps issues or like cultural issues or like some problems within the PM team so far?
What I observe, yeah, PMs aren't really aren't the type of apa ya? I'd say team to write things down. They'd rather just say it out loud lah, have a time to meet each other. So sebenarnya I'm not surprised P2P feedbacknya ini nggak diisi sama Beli Ketut sama Mas Mario dan Mbak Citra, because I see from their apa ya from their work, dari diskusi mereka, it's very rare to do it asynchronously. So maybe next time P2P can be done synchronously. Menurut Kara gimana?
Nggak tahu, kan sudah tidak di CM saya ya. Jadi saya tidak mau komen. Silakan aja atur di yang baru. Marcel, jangan tahu Marcel. Nanti silakan dikonsultasikan dengan Bapak Bayu atau apa namanya dengan Ibu Kaila. Oke, kalau nanyain personal opinion aku ya, Bayu adalah leader yang suka asynchronous, sedangkan timnya suka synchronous kan. Ya, good luck aja sih kalian community. Kalau kata gue, kalian harus adapting well. Aku masih mending, aku bisa both. Tapi kalau Bayu dia biasanya sering prefer asynchronous. So in that case, has to be more comfortable doing this, has to be more comfortable in reporting and so on gitu. Apalagi Bayu sangat jarang ke lapangan. So asynchronous itu penting. Tapi silakan aja atur aja, kalau nggak mau, nggak bisa, nanti Bayu yang gimana gitu. Kalau aku sih setuju aja, harusnya tetap diisi karena company butuh asynchronous part juga, nggak semua ke lapangan gitu sih.
Setuju. Thank you Kara opinionnya. So, perhaps something like that lah Kak Shelin.
Oke. Oh, berarti selama ini P2P-nya async gitu ya? Nggak pernah like meet langsung gitu?
This is actually the first.
Nggak ada P2P selama ini, Shelin. Jadi tidak pernah ada P2P. Kemarin yang nyuruh ada P2P juga aku. Sebagian P2P, karena sebelum tidak ada.
Nice. Okay. First time lah ya doing B2P, but ya belum gitu ada certain result. Alright. Oke, sebenarnya praktisnya udah pretty good lah ya, cuma kayak tinggal culture-nya aja yang di-build. And okay, the one that I'm not sure whether I can bring up into discussion is this. So, just tell them a little bit of the context ya, Ibu Ara. So, jadi ada sedikit issue.
Ini udah official. Si Shelin udah official, mau Kamunan sudah official.
Oh, enggak, not di other thing,
lanjut,
tapi ke isunya aja. Not the decision. Okay, karena itu belum fix ya. So, there's this issue in PM, right? So there seems to be a lacks in the quality of inspection gitu, Giselle dari tim PM. Yang aku juga baru-baru dengar gitu kan dari Ara, dari Jing gitu loh. So makanya I'm actually wondering apakah karena ini kan recently discovered, right? So meaning berarti like CM wise like have no control in that case. Karena kan CM sama PM kan like mostly integrated, right? So jadi kayak aku wondering gitu kayak integrationnya kayak gimana sih selama ini sampai apa there are like certain things that is kayak apa yang ternyata kemis gitu lah ternyata inspeksinya itu nggak sesuai sama realitinya gitu. Kalau mungkin dari perspektif Gisel ada awareness on that part nggak?
Maksudnya contohnya dulu Kak.
Kayak let's say inspection, aku nggak ada contoh spesifiknya ya, contoh case ya, tapi kayak let's say kasusnya kayak gini. So oke, on-site visit udah dilakuin, and then di report back-nya itu udah done gitu loh. Jadi kayak apa certain quality-nya itu belum tentu sudah fulfill gitu loh. Jadi kayak let's say quality-nya paling nggak kan 4 out of 5 gitu, 4 out of 5. Tapi ternyata in reality-nya 3, tapi kayak dipasin as 4 gitu loh. Jadi kayak nggak apa quality wise-nya itu sebenarnya belum qualified, tapi kayak dipasin aja gitu loh. Jadi kayak eventually ini ngefek juga ke guest experience gitu. Oke, aku mau tahu Gisel sempat aware nggak soal ini? Sempat ada lagi maybe pas cases atau gimana gitu?
Enggak juga sih. Soalnya
Oke.
so far as I know, kalau inspection we have a form gitu.
Oke.
But I think ini lebih ke questions for Kak Tendi deh. I'll send it out to him.
Oke. I think for now, currently ini kan masih apa, like di investigate juga kan ya from Jim's side khususnya. So mungkin for now, kalau misalnya apa Gisel, kalau misalnya ada like certain visibility atau certain context ya mungkin bisa contact Jim juga sih, apa buat kelanjutannya gitu ya. Oke, mungkin itu, and ya I guess itu sih kalau untuk komen aku buat tim partnership. Jadi kayak dari segi apa integrationnya between like CM atau PM tuh masih agak apa ya masih agak goyang lah ya, masih belum kayak stable enough gitu from what I can see. Oke, partnership, Panel nggak ada question? Any? 1, 2, 3, nggak ada. Oke, kalau gitu kita lanjut transformation ke employee. Employee juga honestly belum gitu ada banyak update from my side. Tadi Ara juga udah dengar pas employee like SLA meeting. So 2 minggu terakhir Desember khususnya transformation itu di prioritize karena apa focusing we're putting most of the effort in recruiting as well as the trial program. Jadi maybe some of the updates itu apa some of the programs or like workflows itu sempat ada kayak apa shift gitu in the deadlines. But okay, I'll just deliver a quick update on the SLA. Kalau yang untuk transformation SLA still pending. I'm trying to like complete it within the 15th of January. In this case, by then I will deliver the update in the next meeting. And actually kalau misalnya if we see di turnover ataupun di retention wise, it's actually doing pretty good. Like we have new people onboarded. We have some people who has already passed the trainee program, the probation period, and currently kayak onto preparing their contracts. And some interns they are converting into either part-time or full-time position. And some of them yang baru on board officially itu Torik, but we have a few people coming in like in the next few weeks gitu sih. And SLA wise for retention, karena sebelumnya fokusnya di hosting is currently achieved. So I think by this time we can start refocusing on other roles. So kayak contohnya mungkin yang currently ongoing itu adalah BI roles, and recently yang mau kita cari itu front end, digital marketing, CM might be considered at this point gitu sih. Itu dan at the same time number of employees increase tapi number of internsnya berkurang ya karena ya some onboarded, some ada yang convert into employees. So as of now we officially have 2 interns, so one in HR and then another one in PD, and another one host intern Sarah will be coming on next Monday gitu sih. So technically speaking, karena Sarah belum on board, we haven't actually put her into the SLA update karena belum tanggalnya gitu. And if we're talking about the retention wise, the turnover wise, we have one termination previously, but the numbers is not really affected that much sih compared to the karena kita pakai ratio dan rasionya juga efeknya not too significant I believe as well. Oke, mungkin extra notes for retention as well as turnover. Oke, ini yang tadi aku mention ada yang sempat sudah past probation period, so like undergoing the contract wise. And few updates juga mungkin yang aku bisa deliver adalah dari PD team. So Vito like extend and then later on will convert into full time on Feb. And Abam currently lagi KKN, so later on he'll be back in Feb as well. Itu for the SLA update. And moving on to the next part, what I've been done. Mungkin ke failures-nya dulu. Failures-nya adalah on keeping the deadlines on track. Karena because of the main friction over here yang prioritizing conversion. So some of this actually kayak delayed or like still ongoing gitu. Jadi belum ada yang sesuai sama deadline-nya. Kecuali yang ES analysis ini yang udah done, as well as the hosting supervisor. So currently we have Bisma as well as Furkan yang seminggu sekali gitu doing the role. So that's the bad news as well as the good news sih. So itu yang mau aku deliver as well as the journal evaluator. This was actually discussed in the previous meeting sih. That still kayak masih nggak jelas kan ya siapa yang evaluate siapa. So this was recently revised as of like awal Januari kemarin. Ini terakhir direvisi sama Jing. So this is the current most updated one ya. Siapa yang bakal nge-evaluate siapa gitu. Oke, itu and next plan-nya adalah di sini. So sebelumnya sorry I took the screenshot from the updates from employee squad meeting. But I think some of these points itu it's pretty kayak important juga sih. So these are some of the deadlines yang seharusnya di bulan Desember kemarin. So I reshift the deadlines as well as the focus. Karena the December 2022 focus was like kayak nggak penting, bukan yang nggak penting sih, kayak di lower priorities gitu kan. So my focus this month is basically to complete the dependencies gitu sih. Makanya over here I put the revised ETA gitu-gitu untuk kayak let's say one-on-one, atau nggak mungkin on-site arrangement as well as kayak promotion or even like buying new devices gitu-gitu. Oke, mungkin itu sih sedikit soal updates from the employee squad. Any questions can just ask directly or I'll give you up until 3:50 ya to put your comments. Thank you.
Shelin, aku direct play aja, nanti bisa di take notes. Tadi tuh Furkon ada mention aku buat screening CV dummies. Apa ya, wait, let me open it. CV of dumb waste recommendations. Ini sebenarnya ngerjain siapa ya?
Dumb waste itu kayak sejenis hiring partner, kayak temannya Revoyu dibimbing gitu-gitu. Jadi kayak we partner with them gitu kan, and then like they send us like their student CV gitu for us to kayak screen and then proceed gitu sih. Jadi it works similarly kayak hiring partner sih sebenarnya. So kayak masuknya di awareness tapi kayak the CV screening mostly done by the conversion team sih kalau yang kemarin-kemarin. Tapi kalau misalnya from your side kurang bandwidth, then can also kayak delivery to me or maybe like someone else.
Harusnya sih masih bisa double ya. Coba nanti aku butuh akses sih soalnya in that case karena link kata apa dikunci gitu. So I need access to see how much is it, how many,
Oh iya.
berapa enggak gitu.
Oke. Nanti berarti langsung ke Purkon aja ya buat aksesnya and stuff. Mantap. Thank you.
Nah, aku Kak, the evaluation thing, my opinion it needs to be done by 1 month ago gitu, namanya siapa yang kita evaluasi, so I can evaluate people and stay true with my words that have been thrown out aja gitu from my mouth. Soalnya there's a changes juga kan, kayak Shelin kan tiba-tiba by the deadline thing juga jadi lambat kan. I don't want to be burden juga tuh, karena di tanggal 30-nya ini, terus tiba-tiba ada tanggal 2, tanggal 3 nambah kan. Dan from my perspective to evaluate juga, sometimes I don't have visibility, tapi harus. That's why I think kayak dibikin dari bulan lalunya gitu, jadi kita bisa kindly assess a month ahead gitu. Biar nggak kayak buat kata-kata aja, nggak merangkai cerita aja di situ evaluasinya, Kak. Simpelnya gitu sih.
Merangkai kata-kata mutiara ya.
Capek Kak berpura-pura Kak.
Capek berpura-pura. Oke, starting from this month getting real ya. Oke, I expect your evaluation next time tuh udah nggak ada kata-kata mutiara lagi kalau gitu. Alright. Okay, so yeah, I actually would like to apologize juga kalau misalnya ada like sudden changes gitu, ya.
So ini maksud lu evaluation arrangement?
Iya.
Be done at least 1 month before. Ini maksudnya evaluation apa nih?
Jadi
Shift arrangement ke P-nya atau gimana?
Bukan, aku nge-evaluasi siapa Kak. Ini nih, yang first proxy main evaluator. Aku nge-evaluate siapanya minimal kayak sebulan sebelumnya gitu loh. Jadi nge-assess-nya tuh enak gitu kan.
Tapi kan tadi trials datangnya dadakan, no?
Apa Kak?
Oh, for employee journal.
Ini buat jurnal. Buat jurnal.
Masa tiba-tiba aku nge-evaluate kakak? Bener nih.
Yeah.
Ya itu emang ngadi-ngadi Jing, cowok yang memang kamu nanyanya sama Jing. Ya, tapi benar sih bisa lewat Shelin bisa communicate juga. Benar. Jadi Marcel punya visibility kayak kemarin kan agak ngaco ya, walaupun ternyata mail to the head ya Marcel ya komennya ke aku, tapi kan takutnya kalau orang lain nggak pas gitu. Jadi emang lebih baik didiskusikan. Karena gini, Shelin peka aja bahwa tanpa Jing minta, kan kamu tahu dia have limited bandwidth nih Shelin. Kamu arrange aja, kamu propose aja, sir, would you like to just be approval of employee journal, meanwhile others will do the actual main evaluation gitu.
Iya, okay, mungkin sedikit komen. So previously I came up with the table, right? And then I pass it to Jing. Terus kata Jing, okay, he'll actually like do the arrangement, and then he came up with this gitu sih. So sebelumnya aku sempat ada propose sih kayak siapa yang bakal evaluate siapa, dan kayak kira-kira proksinya siapa gitu kan. Tapi sempat ada changes dari Pak Jing. So so yeah, this is the current one sih. Tapi I'll also need to see if it's actually kayak really accurate or not kan at some point. Karena ya mungkin aja ya let's say kayak misalnya Marsha sama Ara ini kan agak a little bit weird kan ya combinationnya gitu loh buat evaluator sama like
itu masih mending Kak.
Ada siapa lagi?
Suruh evaluate karena dia. Tapi karena banyak banget aku nge-evaluate-nya, karena dia dievaluate sama Bisma. Isn't that weird?
Buset, Bisma bukannya trainee ya?
Itu dia Kara. Jadi karena aku banyak banget kan, itu sebenarnya stack aku. Terus ini kamu kebanyakan diganti ke Bisma.
Ngaco. Ya HR tuh jangan, ini ngaco nih HR nih. Harus dibenerin Shelin.
Kayak opinion wise gitu kan, gak evaluation. Walaupun pas dikasih arrangement atau tugas task itu, kita juga kasih ekspektasi. This is opinion based. because the evaluation must be within di dalam timnya kan.
Mm-mm.
Jadi ya tetap Kak Bayu misalnya PD, ya Kak Ara berarti ya Mr. Jing gitu. Jadi kita coba opinion aja soalnya kan di perspektifnya Mr. Jing kan you are the client, you are the user, jadi lebih tahu. Tapi ya based on user kan berarti kan dia result prosesnya gitu. Udah dikasih ekspektasinya sih, cuman kayak sometimes bingung aja gitu Kak. Misalnya kayak sekarang nih masih Marcel, sebulan ke depan ngapain di Kara HR, ini diganti dari sekarang gitu kan. Jadi yang mau evaluate udah tahu kan, liatin terus.
Yoi, ya, apa?
Ya, setuju sih.
Oke.
Ya, setuju.
Oke. Some adjustment will be needed kan ya, karena ya Ara juga pindah ke HR kan, so like a few adjustment here and there gitu. Oke, let me actually kayak try and rearrange juga ya. In this case mungkin some things dari table-nya, dari linknya di sini ya ada yang perlu kayak di adjust juga kan ya with the current changes. And yeah, I'll update the table perhaps within next week lah ya. Next Thursday the latest gitu sih. Jadi mungkin Gisa boleh bantu take note ya buat ini. Oke, thank you comment dan suggestionnya, Pips. Ada lagi mungkin? Anyone else? Marcel, Giselle, Ara? Good? Oke. Oke, kalau misalnya all good, then yeah, I think it wraps up our transformation meeting for the day. So I think we'll meet again in the next 2 weeks, I believe. Or perhaps as scheduled, biasanya kan minggu kedua kan ya, minggu kedua tiap bulan. So, okay, let's see, and we'll we can rearrange the timing aja accordingly later on.